Jason Kenney and the United Conservative Party have swept Alberta, and it's a great day for Canada, folks. The blue has swept away the orange, and now blue shows up on the map in one form or another. There's a conservative or free enterprise type government stretching all the way from the Rockies in Alberta to the Bay of Fundy. The Alberta NDP had their butts handed to them in this, and I get why. I also get why the province turned to the NDP 4 years ago. The old PC party was bloated, it had lost its way. It's now much more focused under the United Conservative Party and Jason Kenney. But Jason Kenney is about to join that group of premiers that's going to be a pain in the butt for, you guessed it, Justin Trudeau. Before we get to Trudeau and how he's going to play Kenney for his re-election chances, let's just say that the former Minister of Immigration and Defense and HRSDC under Stephen Harper now has a big job ahead of him. He's not just a minister in charge of a department, he's in charge of the whole province. And he's got a province that needs to find its way back to prosperity. They've still got high unemployment, investors have been scared away, there's an inability to get oil to Tidewater. Pipelines are not being built the way that they should. Can he accomplish all of that? Some of that is outside of his purview, but he's going to do his best. I have faith that Alberta is now in good hands. Now, as for Trudeau, when he first came to office in 2015, he had a sea of NDP and Liberal premiers across the country. It was progressives everywhere except Saskatchewan. Brad Wall would be the thorn in his side. My, how things have changed. In Alberta, in Saskatchewan, in Manitoba, in Ontario, in Quebec, in New Brunswick, and soon perhaps in Newfoundland and Labrador, there is blue everywhere. There are people that oppose Justin Trudeau on many fronts. This is a good thing. But Trudeau's going to try and use Jason Kenney and Doug Ford, the guy who has an office in the building behind me, in the next election by making them the villains. Why? Let's be blunt. It's tough to make Andrew Scheer into a villain. Maybe people aren't doing cartwheels for Andrew Scheer. Maybe there isn't Scheer mania the way there was Trudeau mania back in 2015. But Andrew Scheer's a tough guy to dislike. So Trudeau has to do something. Enter Doug Ford. Enter Jason Kenney. Now, in Ontario with Doug Ford, Trudeau's going to try and get all the progressive voters who are opposed to the Ford government to back the Liberals. Trudeau currently has 79 MPs. He's going to lose a bunch of them if he isn't able to pull this off. So motivate all those Liberal and NDP voters provincially to get behind the local Liberal candidate, and he can save a lot of those seats. In Alberta, it's a different story. The Liberals won 4 seats last time. They lost one to a handsy MP who's an independent now. There's a good chance they're going to be wiped out completely in October. So why will he make Kenney the villain? Because that allows him to have someone to beat up on in British Columbia, where he also needs to win seats. It's going to be a fantastic and fascinating federal election, and provincial politics will play a central role in it, including the newly elected Premier of Alberta, Premier designate Jason Kenney.